Welcome back to Chronicles on the Focus, the podcast that dives deep into fascinating historical figures and events. I'm your host, Bob, and with me as always is the irrepressible Alice.
Hey everyone, and Bob, today's topic is one that's practically bursting with adventure, Marco Polo. Prepare for tales of exotic lands, cunning merchants, and maybe a few white lies.
Indeed, Alice. Marco Polo, the Venetian merchant who basically wrote the travel guide to 13th century Asia. But let's be honest, the man's life reads like a Hollywood blockbuster, full of daring escapes, powerful emperors, and enough intrigue to fill a dozen novels.
Exactly. So, Bob, let's start with the basics. Everyone knows he traveled the Silk Road, right? But what's really interesting about his journey is the timing. He was traveling during the Pax Mongolica, that period of relative peace and stability across Eurasia under Mongol rule. This made his incredible journey actually possible.
That's a fantastic point, Alice. It was the Mongol Empire's vast network of trade routes that really enabled Marco to travel so far. Imagine a relatively safe passage across continents. But here's the thing, a lot of what he wrote has been debated over the centuries. Some historians argue he exaggerated, perhaps embellished some of his experiences, or even got some things completely wrong.
Oh, the drama. It's like the historical equivalent of a celebrity's tell-all memoir, highly entertaining, but you have to take it with a grain of salt. But even if he wasn't completely accurate, he introduced the West to things never before seen, like gunpowder, pasta, gas, and paper money. Pretty groundbreaking stuff, right?
Absolutely. And his book, The Travels of Marco Polo, also known as Il Milione, became a sensation, inspiring countless explorers, including Christopher Columbus. The man was a walking, talking, slightly inaccurate advertisement for global exploration. He even had a cool nickname, Milione, which apparently means millions, because he kept bragging about Kublai Khan's immeasurable wealth. Talk about name dropping.
And the mystery of his birthplace. While commonly believed to be Venice, there are other theories claiming he might have been born on the island of Korčula or even Constantinople. Imagine that, the ultimate travel influencer's location shrouded in intrigue. We may never truly know.
It's certainly a fascinating mystery. From his early life to his years serving Kublai Khan, his imprisonment in Genoa where he dictated his incredible tales to a fellow inmate. It's a life less ordinary, wouldn't you say?
Totally. He lived a life of adventure, wealth, and controversy that continues to spark our imaginations centuries later. So, next time you're planning a trip, remember Marco Polo, the original travel influencer, even if his account was a little bit embellished.
Exactly. And that's all the time we have for today's episode of Chronicles on the Focus. Join us next time for another captivating journey into history.